Three.
Two, is your phone on 2,
1.
Welcome to PnS. Waste your time. That's it.
Yes, let me silence my phone really quickly because I'm a professional podcaster who knows to do that every single time. But I got a lot of things going on. I got a lot of excitement.
Is your microphone on the right setting?
Yeah, of course. Of course my microphone's on the right setting. In fact, I have a gigantic professional home studio, soundproof panels. I'm a professional.
Check it out.
Check it out. Steven, I'm super excited this week. In fact...
Are you really?
I got 2 fucking things I'm excited about. 3 things I'm excited about. 3.
Really? Okay, well, I'm gonna let you talk about those because my things.
Ask me in order. Ask me in order. Ask me what's the first thing you're excited about?
The second thing you're
say exactly
what is the
that.
second thing you're excited about?
I'm glad you asked, Steven. The first thing I'm excited about.
It's not what I asked.
We have our very first sponsor.
Oh.
Let me say that.
Know this.
Let me say that again because it seemed like you weren't super happy. We have our very first sponsor.
I didn't. Well, who's the sponsor?
Well, I know that you and I are
professionals,
and we've been doing like this for a long time, Steve.
A long time.
I know, but I definitely want to do a great job. I'm a little nervous, but I'm gonna do a fantastic commercial for our first sponsor.
You're doing it live right now.
Right now.
Okay. All right, I'm ready. I guess I don't have to be ready. The viewers have to be ready.
Everyone get ready. Thanks to
what's the guy that listens to us? I'm so sorry. Who's the dude that listens to us? I know we got Keith and Alex and
Adrian.
Adrian.
Our good guy,
Hey,
Adrian.
You guys better be listening.
You guys
Here's
better
your
be
sponsor
listening.
stuff. All right, here we go. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Jane's Cakes. If you like cake, Jane has cakes. That was the best $20 anyone's ever spent. 100%.
That was they spent $20 on that, or you paid $20?
Yeah, well, no, it was kind of like a cap and trade. I just happened to mention I was a podcaster, and then the people were like, "Oh, I'll give you this cake that's worth $20. We were just gonna throw it away anyways." And I was like, "Sponsorship done."
Yeah, you got free cake out of this?
No, it wasn't free. They were gonna throw it away. It was like a sponsorship, you know. That's a sponsorship. They gave me the cake that was normally worth $20, and now we're doing an ad for them again. That's Jane's Cakes. If you like cake, Jane has cakes.
You know, I took a pee before this.
Did you? How'd it go?
And it was fine. And I was kind of curious because I had espresso earlier today in a form.
Sure.
And I know we all have this. If you don't have this, that's interesting. But your urine kind of has a smell to it. So I went down a rabbit hole just to waste some people's time. Turns out the polyphenols in coffee are absorbed by the digestive tract and they and put to use, and then they break down and when you and are excreted in urine. So if you drink a lot, it might have a high concentration of polyphenols and other coffee compounds.
Yeah, no, Steve, everybody knows that. I don't know. Like that seems like a waste of time, but beyond what we were thinking. Certainly, everyone knows about polyphenols.
Okay, speaking of things we do and don't know, things we do and don't know. I've been reading this book, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh, this is one of my favorites. They go super deep in the ocean. They fight the whale.
Nope.
And then the guys like down Periscope and they sing that song. Louie Louie.
I don't know. I have no idea what movie you're talking about or book, but that is not this. First off, I looked up what leagues were.
Oh yeah, I know that too. That's like groups of heroes when they get together. It's a league. It's like a team.
That's League of Legends or Raid Shadow Legends.
Another sponsor of our show. Just kidding. They don't sponsor us. Just Jane's Cakes for now. Thank you, Jane.
Well, that's true. So anyways, 20,000 Leagues. Turns out when I bought the book, it's a sci-fi book, one of the first big ones in history, right? And
That's right.
I always thought to this day that it was because they go like 20,000 leagues deep down.
Deep
And
down.
that is not what the book's about.
Right.
It's just 20,000 leagues around the earth, like in general, because a league is 3 miles nautically,
3
basically.
miles. So they go 60,000 miles?
Yeah, in the boat. But most of the books so far, I mean, I haven't finished it yet. So for those who are yelling at your radios now, all 4 viewers of you,
hey, Adrian.
It could get better, but 350 pages in, they really haven't gone that deep ever. It's most of the book is 10 meters under, and it's just kind of this like, I don't want to say anarchy, but it's like this idea that he's gonna stay in the ocean, and the ocean's gonna support everything he needs to do.
I know I cover this, and I know you don't take it seriously, but it's that woke, fascist, tranny, communist, Biden-Obama attack on United States submarines.
I didn't expect that callback.
It's all around.
I really didn't. But yeah, so I just want to say that so far I'm not super into it, and this has been a Steve book review.
A Steve book review. That was fantastic.
That's all I got.
I'm so excited for what happens in the next 350 pages.
I know. It's so good. Yeah, how about you? How was your week, man?
My week was pretty awesome. Like I said when I started off, I had 2 things I'm excited about. 2 other things I'm excited about, other than our first
said 3
sponsor.
Earlier.
I did say 3. So the second is the corpse flower.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about this the other day.
Have you ever heard of a corpse flower? Of course you have. We were talking about it the other day. But let me say it rhetorically. Steven, have you ever heard of a corpse flower?
I have. I don't need any more information on it.
It's a type of flower that smells like a corpse. There's one in my local area.
A corpse?
Yes, corpses and flowers and corpse flowers, actually. There's one in my local area that's going to bloom. They bloom once every 5 or 7 years. They only bloom for 2 days, and this is the closest I'll ever feel like I will be to being like a dad waiting for his wife to go through labor. I literally am just waiting for this fucking flower to bloom so I can rush down there, see it, and smell it, and feel its stank. And it's fantastic.
Weird question. When does the corpse flower bloom? So is there a specific amount I know it takes a while, but is there a specific time, or do all corpse flowers bloom at the same time? Because I know here in California, we have one that's about to bloom as well, and it's a big deal. It's in our it's in the Science Center in LA.
Yes.
And I'm not sure, is it like, do they all bloom at the same time? Is it just they happen to be on the same schedule?
They must. The only reason I have to say yes is because if they were doing them at different times, they wouldn't like pollinate. Right? If only one did it, that thing's not doing anything. Especially because the fuckers only bloom for 48 hours. And this is my side rant on this. The corpse flower, 5 to 7 years between each bloom, it's only awake pollinating for about 2 days. So I don't know if those spores travel long ways. I don't know if corpse flowers are supposed to be a little bit more gathered together than they are right now. But this has to go on my list of one of the more useless living things. 5 to 7 years to fuck sounds like my sex life. Thank you very much. I mean, but 5 to 7 years, and it's only 2 days, and it got me thinking about pandas.
All right.
Pandas are really exceptionally hard to breed. As you know, a fan of the San Diego Zoo, best zoo in the world, frankly.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Pandas hate fucking for some reason. They also choose to eat bamboo, which is super calorie deficient, and so they spend all day eating.
Well, they eat a lot of it,
roaming around, say fucking or things like that.
I think it's 12 hours of eating a day.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing, because the fucking pandas, technically they could eat anything, but they choose to eat fucking bamboo. It's like if somebody only ate celery sticks. Like you're gonna eat celery sticks all day just to support your nutrition, your caloric intake.
Could be worse. It could be like koala bears. Like koala bears eat eucalyptus, and they're allergic to eucalyptus.
Yeah, well, they're allergic to it. Them boys are at it again. We didn't get anything right, and for the sake of scientific knowledge, I'm obliged to tell you that koalas aren't allergic to eucalyptus. And it gives them like that mild high, or I don't know if it's a mild, like extreme high,
like a lethargic attitude.
Well, at least then they sleep. Fucking pandas are awake all day, every day, eating our equivalent of tree bark
12
in
hours,
order
yeah.
to chase scarce calories.
I would argue it's closer to grass.
Grass, sure.
Just to
I'll
be a
accept
nerd.
that.
Yeah, bamboo's a grass.
It's a self-imposed problem with their own survival. They won't fuck enough to support their own population, so we spend a whole lot of time and money making them do it. And it reminds me of the corpse flower, because the corpse flower apparently can't be bothered to wake up every year, like most normal flowers, every 5 to 7 years, and then it stinks.
Well, I mean, just to be a dick again with science, they're actually not endangered anymore, the giant pandas.
Is that because of the
they
zoo
have bred
recovery?
enough and quickly? I don't think it's just because of the zoo recovery, because I think they only had like a few there, but just in general because of laws and conservation in nature. But they're no longer endangered; they are now vulnerable, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but that's huge. I mean, it really is. We really moved to be able to move from one area to the other. It brings a warm, fuzzy feeling to my heart. And shout out to San Diego Zoo. Actually, they're called the San Diego Wildlife Alliance now, and just to nerd out a bit, they're working on trying to bring back some extinct animals, like the rhinos.
The rhinos?
Yeah, well, they basically...
clones?
Yeah, they have...
Test tube babies?
Kind of. Test tube babies is closer. They have some collected vials of semen.
Correct.
Hardy heart. Yeah, and they found out that other rhinos can carry those babies. So they're hoping to kind of get it going with that, I think.
Damn, that's
I'm
hot.
not super clear on the details, but...
I got lotion on my dick right now.
All right, well, you said you had 3 things.
I do have 3 things. And this is...
What's that third, baby?
This, Steven, is probably the most exciting thing anyone's ever said on any podcast anywhere. And potentially anywhere in media, anywhere, anytime. I'm so excited.
Are you?
And it's such a big deal. I recorded it on my phone. Just so, later on, if I told you this story, you wouldn't believe me. If anyone heard this story, they wouldn't fucking believe me. So I put it on my phone.
Oh my God, get to it.
And I gotta record it. Are you ready? Are you ready for the biggest blowout of the year? Are you listening? Are you tuned in? Are you hyped? Are you ready to go?
Oh, that again. Well, what is it? I can't hype up unless I know what it is.
All right. I'll just jump right into it. I was out hiking. Here I am, just out hiking. Oh wow, what's I've never seen that before. Out here in the deep woods, looks a little bit like a hut of some kind. Let me go check it out real quick. Get a little bit closer. And wow, it's pretty Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know anyone actually lived here.
Oh, what's up, man? I know you can go in, man.
Yeah.
I'm just here. Let me my headphones off.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry, man.
Like some JRE, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't want to, like.
JRE, fan?
Are you Sasquatch? You look so familiar, and I just had to call it out.
Man. Yeah,
so you're fucking.
Yeah,
Sasquatch.
That's me, man.
Man, I'm so excited to have found you. This is such a big deal, I hope you don't mind me recording this. No one's gonna believe this.
Oh, no, not at all, man. Hey, you want some of this sweet travel pass stuff?
Sweet what? I'm a little starstruck, man. But
man, I got some that. I think that one in green, man, AG1. And when you supply liquid vitamin D drops plus 5,000 bucks free with subscription, man.
Oh wow!
I've had to know that, like Joe Rogan. Right here, Joe Rogan brings athletic greens everywhere.
Joe
Look
Rogan.
on the road, man.
Oh wow!
Yeah, man, you can buy that on Amazon, man.
So, that's cool, man. Like, I guess it's cool that you're dialed into the modern world. A lot of people are like looking for you. They're like super stoked, trying to meet you and shit. And are you just
I know, man. Sometimes, but lately I've been flying up in space,
Wow, in space.
Yeah, man.
You're in space most of the time? Or you talking about like, little mushrooms on the side or something?
No. Like really, it's like I'm all about that space travel, man. I met some aliens the other day.
Wow. Okay.
And these dudes, first off, thought they were like just some like white guys, eagle hair, right? But they were visiting. I saw them at the local Ulta Beauty store. That's where I shop.
Ulta Beauty? Like the makeup store? What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Hey there, folks. Get ready to have your mind blown and your hair follicles flying. Presenting the one and only hair product that's so out of this world, it's borderline illegal. Introducing Cosmic Curls. Do you want hair that's so fabulous, aliens would abduct you just to learn your secrets? Well, then they'll feather the Cosmic Curls. It's like having a salon appointment with E.T. himself. You won't only have hair that's fabulous, you'll have hair that's out of this world. Use code PnS at checkout for a whopping 1% off today. And make your hair extraterrestrial.
And that's where it ends, man. That's the whole thing.
Where did he get the music?
Bro, he had a soundboard like right there with him. He played that commercial. I said, that's cool, and that was it. That was humanity's first engagement with Sasquatch.
Are you saying Sasquatch is a brand whore? Are you sure it's a Sasquatch? It might have just been a DJ in the forest, man. They're hairy too.
Hey, like I said, I was out in deep forest. I found this hut. He said he was Sasquatch, and he's Sasquatch. And apparently he's a big fan of the Joe Rogan show and flying through space. And Cosmic Curls, a fantastic product.
Cosmic Curls. I've never heard of it, and I think it's a bunch of bullshit.
Well, I'm not so ready to say that Sasquatch could be wrong. And there you go. A civilization first.
Was that your third thing?
That was my third thing.
Gosh.
It was arguably the thing I've been most excited about this whole week.
Meeting a DJ in the woods?
It's Sasquatch, Steven. I met fucking
It's
Sasquatch. Okay, you're
I
shitting
see.
all over this. I didn't meet
camera
some
was pointed at
random
the floor the whole
right-wing
time.
DJ. I mean, you're not wrong about that.
He had athletic greens. Why would Sasquatch? He said he goes to Ulta. Sasquatch ain't going into Ulta.
I mean, Sasquatch can go anywhere.
He's going. You know, he's using Manscaped more than Ulta or Dollar Shave Club or something.
I don't know
man.
about
Not
that. He was
Ulta.
naked when I met him, and he could have used a trim if you know what I'm saying.
Naked, or like Wookiee naked.
Like Wookiee naked, but like
Remember that Star Wars
worse.
special?
The Christmas special.
So they did Life Day, and you find out that like some Wookiees wear clothes, and it's like '90s clothes. That was weird.
That was weird.
Anyways, so that's your week.
Yeah, it was my week. I now that I'm here, I'm not as excited about it. But let's hope I run into Sasquatch again, and I'll prove your ass wrong next time, Steve.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing from the DJ. Speaking of, I heard him talking about aliens a bit,
Right.
And I wear a lot of t-shirts, and I was out getting my car detailed,
Right.
and you start to find out that when you wear shirts that have like conspiracy theory or alien stuff on it, people will approach you and tell you their stories. You don't have to ask anything, right?
Okay.
And so I found this
Sure.
guy's story a little interesting, and let me cue some music real quick. I'm gonna make noises until I find it. It's gone. Can't find it. That's fine. Whatever.
I'm in danger.
No, not that one. Not that. We can't do that one. Now we got copyright issues. Anyways, he comes up to me and he tells me this story about him and his friends, because it was an alien shirt. We were talking about aliens for a little bit instead of getting my car detailed, which is fine. Whatever. I had nothing to go on that day. And so we're sitting there talking, and he talks about, him and his buddies, he used to go out to Arizona, and they had this spot where they would sit and watch UFOs. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, that's cool, man. He's talking about, he goes, one night we had a couple dudes show up. We didn't know who they were, and they just asked to hang out with us out there since we were sitting out there. And they go, yeah, sure. And so he goes through all the story, and he goes off on a tangent on how they drink and yada, yada, yada. And next thing he tells me, he goes, yeah, and then my buddy got the shit beaten out of him.
By aliens? Or just generally?
By these two dudes that came up, and I guess they were just like beating the shit out of him. And they look at everybody and they go, don't you ever come back to this spot. Ever. And then they drove off in their black car, and I'm like, I don't know if this was like a Men in Black meeting, or if it was strictly like two dudes that like, we're gonna beat your ass, rob you, get out of our turf.
Couldn't have been the Men in Black, only because
I mean,
you wouldn't remember anything about it. But I am tempted to say there was some Alien Watcher on Alien Watcher violence right there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's
with
pretty
that.
intense.
It's been going
and
crazy.
so some random guys get drunk. Watch out for aliens getting beat up. Huh?
Yeah, sounds like a good time to me.
It's quite the turf war going on out there for alien watchers,
100%,
for sky
man,
watchers.
100%.
It's destroying America.
There's some weird people at detailing areas. I was sitting there waiting for my car, and I like to sit outside so I can kind of make sure they're not just like half-assing it.
Right.
Not that I'm like being a dick or anything. I like to be outside and kind of see what's going on while reading.
Right.
And this lady comes up while they're detailing her car.
Right.
And just starts like telling them what to do.
Like how to detail the car?
Like they're like, oh, it's done. And she goes over and she's like, no. And she takes like out all of her mats and puts them on there and like points at them like these need to be cleaned. And I was like, huh. I don't. This entire time, I'm wondering if there's a secret language that these people use. And I don't mean like a racist thing, like they're speaking Spanish, like because they do speak Spanish. But I'm thinking like, because I'm pretty sure I paid for the same detailing as her, but I was there a good hour and a half, and they were doing everything. And this lady, they literally pulled it up, did like 25 minutes. We're like, all right, we're done. So I'm like, what? But then seeing how she was acting with them, I could see how maybe I was on a better list since I talked about aliens.
Yeah, it sounds like she probably paid a third of the price you did and then wanted the exact same product. Which
that's what I'm wondering too. Yeah. So
now, when you say detailing, they're going around like, I don't want to say in detail, but they're getting real like tied in the panels, rubbing.
Yeah, they're doing everything.
Yeah, it's
buffering,
sort of weird,
buffing outside, inside.
Were people getting their cars detailed as closely when we were younger? Because it almost seems like regular car washes have become less prominent than just detailing.
I don't remember as a kid my parents ever having the car detailed. I remember that thing being dirty as hell until it ran to the ground.
Yeah, and I mean...
So maybe we just care about things more now?
Right. Well, I mean, that might be it. I suppose cars have gotten way more expensive, but it is kind of a weird thing, because once upon a time I would have been like, oh, I need a really good clean. I'll just go to like one of those like hand car washes, which I guess is kind of like detailing, but it definitely don't take an hour and a half, and I don't think they
nothing like it is now where they sit and buffer and literally go in with like a little air hose, and it's intense. My mats are still drying in my trunk.
Wow.
It's because I haven't moved them to the front. I'm sure they're dry, but I haven't used my car today.
But I kind of agree with you, because I've known some dudes that did car detailing, and a lot of them were chasing like that self-employed do-it-yourself kind of thing. You just buy the equipment. Mm-hmm. Apparently, you can be a car detailer. But they were weird dudes.
Like the mobile ones? Yeah, those are never as good either, like them going to the location.
Yeah.
Those are always a little wonky, because I don't know.
Yeah. I remember meeting a guy through it was funny enough because he had a regular seasonal job with me, apparently, to just make up other money, but he was telling me he charged, like $40 an hour, and I was like, oh shit, he must do a really good job. But when we talked about it again, he was like, no, I just want to make $40 an hour, so that's what I charge. And I'm like, is your business that successful at $40 an hour? Because holy shit, man, a full detailing session at $40 an hour, it better be pretty fucking great.
Well, I mean, I paid more than that in theory. An hour and a half, and it cost me about $200.
Oh shit! Did they like wax the car and everything though? That shit takes time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do everything.
See, I'm pretty sure this guy just had like a power sprayer in the back of his SUV, and he kind of.
Oh, he's just a glorified mobile car washer.
Exactly.
God.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're not detailing.
Oh, Brian's doing it again, dude. Brian, you ain't no pimp, dude.
Yeah.
No. But it's interesting how like they have a great attention to detail. And then I went to have a pizza at Pyology today.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom actually noticed it first, because I was hanging out with my mom.
Right.
And shit always goes worse when I'm with her for some reason. And so the way that, for those who don't know what Pyology is, weird. But anyways, they basically, it's like a Chipotle where you pick all your toppings and they throw it in the pizza oven.
Right.
Yeah. And so they make hers and they put it in the pizza oven, and they put it like on the little wooden thing and then kind of push fast and pull it out so that it sits right.
Right.
And I walk away because I trust the process, but my mom just starts laughing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened? And I go, what?
Got to call attention to whatever the thing is.
She's like, did you see how they put your pizza in? I was like, what do you mean? And so she looks, she's like, points at it, and the dude's still struggling with my pizza on like half the oven. No. And the thing's like, so it's already thin crust, and now it's like stretched out and wonky as shit. And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at him, and he just kind of, he puts his hands to his waist and just, and so I'm expecting him to be like, you want me to remake it?
Like, well, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, he looks at me and just goes, Bip. Well, walks away to help the next customer.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, because if you go to Chipotle and like the tortilla tears, they'll like rewrap it, they'll make you a different one. Yeah, all sorts of shit.
Nope. So, anyways, this happens.
This guy just kind of said, "Nope, that's gonna be."
Yeah. And so I go to sit down. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to get right now.
Right.
And so he comes, he gives my mom her pizza, nice and perfectly round as a pizza should be. And then there's mine, which is like egg shaped, is the best way I could say it.
Okay.
Or actually just teardrop.
So still semi-round.
I would say more like a drawn teardrop with a very big point on it. And he just looks at me and goes, I can remake it if you want. And in my head, I'm thinking, it's too late for that, dude. She's already got her food out.
I've already cooked the whole fucking thing, man. This would have been more
now you make me the dick
to have earlier.
You make me the dick. So I'm like, no, it's fine. Now, that being said, I don't know how, but for some reason, the stretching of the crust and making it like flompy and lonky, those are new words. Look them up.
Flompy, lonky.
It made it tasted way better.
No shit. Just
way better. Thinner? The toppings and the sauce, it was just even thinner. I mean, to the point where, like, if I didn't use two hands, it would have ripped apart.
Paper thin.
So it was glorified me just, like, grabbing, I mean, this makes me sound fatter than I am, but grabbing just, like, meat, cheese, and sauce and just shoveling it in my mouth with jalapenos.
Nothing wrong with that.
But it was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. So,
they accidentally made, like, a New York quality pizza.
If you go to Pieology...
Tell him to fuck it up.
I know. Just can you go ahead and like accidentally make mistakes and not reprimand it until the very end, please?
Right.
I would appreciate that.
Please struggle with my pizza crust going into the oven because for some reason that tastes great. It's kind of funny though that you bring it up because I had an incident what I'd call the Subway lettuce sprinkle, and what I want to recall you back to is the guy that was known online as Salt Bae. Do you remember Salt Bae?
I don't remember. I don't know Salt Bae at all, no.
I think at the time he billed himself as some sort of chef or, food guy. Like, on the level of, like, Binging with Babish, way before Binging with Babish was, like, basically a media empire.
Right.
But he was totally known for, I think it was in the days before TikTok or maybe early TikTok, it was just some video of this guy, like, sprinkling salt over steaks he was making on a grill from like 4 feet above the ground, and it became a meme. Basically, the guy became a meme. So I went into Subway, and I don't go to Subway a ton, but I've been going more often in order to support the.
American you talking about the dude that like sprinkled the salt off his elbow?
Exactly, like way up high. He like had his way above, like it was so high he couldn't even really see.
Yeah, it was taking me forever to like.
Yeah.
It was taking me forever to figure out what you were talking about. Now, that got it. So the dude that like does the weird like cobra pose with his arm, and
then like super pretentious asshole type saying sprinkling the salt up here makes a difference. Keep that image in your head for a second.
All right, I like it.
Subway, making a sandwich, ordering a sandwich. The guy goes to put the lettuce on. I swear to God, he did the exact same pose.
No way. Wait, what is this?
Say that again.
Sorry, I didn't mean.
I was like, where was this? And I'm like, do I dox myself and tell you exactly what street and city and shame this person?
Tell me the address, time. Do they have a name tag? No, I mean I meant when, not where. I apologize. Because you said Subway, but like, was this like this year? Was this like this week?
Absolutely. The biggest thing about Subway to me is the weird inconsistency. You go to one store. When one guy's working, you have the dankest ass sandwich. You go to another day, it's like the guy's like counting the number of onions that go on there. Literally one thing, like a slice of tomato. Fucking inconsistent.
You could tell who wants to keep their job and who's just like, I'm working, and if I'm not working tomorrow, it's okay.
People. Subway wouldn't inspire me to do great either, but I'm also kind of like, if I was on the other side handing out lettuce, I wouldn't cheap out on the lettuce knowing like, nobody gives a shit about fucking lettuce.
Well, that's where I'm saying the opposite, right? Like, if I'm not doing my best at Subway, I'm not counting everything. I'm just throwing shit on that I know it's going to taste good.
Yeah, well,
I feel like the people that are like, I care about my job, they're like counting and being ridiculous with it. Whereas the dudes are like, I don't care about this. They're just slapping stuff.
Or they're like the owner of the store, and they're like, if I do too much lettuce here, my overhead's going to be an extra $10 for more heads of lettuce. It's fucking ridiculous.
I'm still trying to. So he shredded lettuce like
from up high,
sprinkling with the cobra pose?
Barely gets maybe quarter a cup of lettuce on the sandwich, and all of it done in this very Salt Bae like fashion. And for the life of me, dead serious. And so I laughed, and he looked at me, and then I didn't get any more lettuce.
He's like, yep, that's
what it's gonna be.
God, dude, that's I mean, I already hate Subway, but this is
Adventures
just taking
in
it to
food
even
service.
another level.
Yeah. It
It's the
seems like
worst.
every time I think to myself, I'll give this Subway another try because last time it sucked. I'm either
Right.
disappointed or I feel like an asshole. I'm like, oh, they're not
Just
that
stop
bad.
going to
It's
Subway.
okay. Yeah.
Stop going to Subway.
That's
the
why you should
worst-
always
it's
go.
the worst sandwich place.
Always go down to Jersey
I don't know,
Mike's.
anywhere else.
It's a sub above.
Jersey Mike's is better. Don't go to Jimmy John's. That dude shoots elephants.
Oh, he shoots elephants, and you can't even get him on a sandwich. At least
Right.
if he's going to kill
If you're gonna do
he
it,
could
share.
Yeah, share.
Who are you?
Fucking Jimmy John.
Wash my hands a lot.
Is his name actually Jimmy John?
I think it is actually, or it's like he's like Ricky Bobby, but
I bet his
more trashy.
real name Jimmy Jonathan, and he cut it down so he could appear more normal. I bet he's some elite prick,
It's probably Jonathan.
some upstate New York type with a stupid ass
And
name.
And he's like the fifth. That's the weird part. Timothy Jonathan the
elite
fifth.
motherfucker. Nobody lives in dynasties anymore.
Old money. Old money.
Old money.
You're not
the
making that much on a
sandwiches.
sandwich shop. You're out of your mind.
Fuck no.
This isn't a
He's
McDonald's
making-
Grimace shake. Okay, the Grimace shake thing is so played out. I am
Yep.
so tired of it. All my videos that I'm watching are saturated with it.
Well, it's a vanilla
free
shake, right?
advertising. It's like vanilla with berries, and supposedly if you eat
Okay.
French fries while you drink it, it tastes different. I haven't tried
Okay.
it, nor will I try it.
Well, I
It's
mean,
just-
that seems kind
it's
of
the
like common
weird-
logic, right? If you eat something with something, it's going to mix up a little bit more.
It'll taste different, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a strange. I don't know if they came up with the marketing and it just spread like a wildflower or what, but like the idea that you drink the Grimace shake, you're like, it's okay. Next thing you know, you're
Yep.
like on the floor dying from it.
Yeah.
I do not understand
I think
what
it's-
that is.
Some of the shit I've seen is funny, but it is definitely played out. But the weird thing about these special McDonald's foods, and I don't really have anything against, say, Cardi B. I definitely don't have anything against BTS, but they all had like their theme meals.
Like the Travis Scott meals, yeah.
Travis Scott meal was, I think, the first one. I totally
just,
expected
the
it to be
gangbang,
different,
right?
Yeah, it's just like normal shit you can get at McDonald's sold in a special combo, and I'm like,
Yeah, it was dumb.
what the fuck is this?
Why even
Anywhere
do
else-
that? Why not just make a new combo or
Right.
something? It was
Yeah.
just dumb. And it was like, oh, but you get it with a Sprite. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't care. What?
Never
I'm going to
mind
order a
that-
Sprite if I want a Sprite.
Never mind, you go to Taco Bell and they're figuring out how to put literally an entire pack of tortillas and cheese
I love
on
it.
a burrito for you to
I
then
have
consume.
I'm not a big Taco Bell eater, but I have respect for their food because they figure out how to take the same ingredients
It's real science.
and
It's
mix
real
it in
science.
weird ways and make
They
it
know a
taste
thing
better.
or
They're
two
like
over there.
bartenders,
Yeah.
mixologists, if you will. I was having
Mixologists.
lunch with a friend earlier this week, and he was late.
Right.
So shout out to him if he's listening. Stop being late to lunch.
Son of a bitch,
hangouts.
stop being late to lunch, asshole. That might be too far. Sorry, Steve's friend.
I know, right?
You just come
I
across
don't think you
that
think
way.
he listens.
That's
He's
fine.
not that close that he
Oh,
listens.
he doesn't listen? What a
but-
dick.
I know, what the worst person ever. So we go to the place, and this is like my spot that I take everybody that wants to do lunch because I've found out as I'm on a diet, I'm on Weight Watchers,
Right.
that if you don't pick the place, you say, I don't care, you're always going to end up at some junky food, like greasy food place. 'Cause
Right.
That's just where people end up picking.
Right.
So now whenever people are like, oh, where do you want to go to lunch? Boom, I know immediately. I say Iara, which is a little Thai food place. And
Right.
so we go there, and it's to the point now where because I'm on summer break, a lot of teachers want to get together and such. I try to do one lunch a week. So as an introvert, I'm not overdoing my my people time, human time.
Right.
But anyways, so I get there, and they know me by now. I think she thinks I'm either gay, a swinger, bi, or all of it.
Wait, those
Because
are
there's
kind of
always the same
diametrically
waitress.
preference opposed.
Right?
Like, oh, well, because you're showing up with all sorts of people, huh?
Yeah. So I think she first thought I
You're
was
wine
gay.
and dining the whole town.
Yeah, because the first person I started doing this with was a dude friend, and then I actually went with Keith. Hey, shout out to Keith right now.
Hey, Keith. Sorry.
when he was visiting in town for a while.
Can really only pick one shout out per episode, as you know, Steve. And it was Adrian.
Yeah.
It was Adrian this time.
Oh, was
So
it Adrian again this episode?
Yeah, every single time we say, "Hey, who wants to be shouted out?" And we go out to
The streets.
the streets, and it's always Adrian.
Yeah.
It's almost like he hangs out outside my house, just waiting for me.
I saw the tent. All right, well, sorry about that,
In
Keith.
fact, he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey Pete, you shout outs yet? Shout outs?" And I'll be like, "Not yet, man. Like, I got stuff to do." But he always gets it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Good for persistence is good.
So Keith, you got to up your game a little bit. You can hang out in my front yard too. That's fine.
Yeah. Alex, you're welcome to do it too.
Yeah, that's fine.
So anyways, where was I? So I do that, and then I keep going with different people, and it's usually just me and one other person. It's never a group. So I think that's why she thinks I'm just like always. It's always lunch.
Right.
It's always lunch. It's always around between the hours of 11 and 12. I usually say 11:17. But anyways, it's always the same waitress. Very cute. Very cute waitress. I got a little crush on her. But anyways.
But you think you're gay.
Yeah, there's no chance. Yeah, it's like, oh, this dude like brings
she
in.
Thinks you're literally dating everybody else but her.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Every dude. And but the other day, I brought another dude in, of course, and we're talking and stuff, and we were talking about like how I'm afraid to toss this word around because it is a very serious thing, and I don't mean this in like a funny way, but like we all kind of have this PTSD from COVID,
right?
And the idea, I was thinking about this, and I'm like, you know what? A lot of my anxiety changed over COVID. Sure. I'm not gonna lie. Before COVID, I would wash my hands after I used the restroom, but for the most part throughout the day, I wasn't sanitizing every 10 minutes or washing my hands every 5 minutes. And yet, all school year, every 15 minutes, I'm running into my sink and washing my hands.
True.
I touch a kid's instrument, boom, I'm washing my hands. I mean, that's the PTSD stuff. I'm like terrible. I hear a cough. I'm immediately like, I need a mask or something. I need to get away from that person. And it's like, before I was never like that. I would make fun of their cough. I'd be like, you know, it's strange.
They also, you forgot about the death stares, man. If you happen to slip a sneeze during COVID, even with the mask on, everyone in a 5-mile radius is going to stare at you.
It's still there. Yeah. It's worse than like standing in a grocery line waiting for your mom to go grab the item she forgot. And getting those death stares. It's worse than that. And the anxiety is worse than that when you have like, you're getting over a cold and you have a cough with a little bit of phlegm. Everybody looks at you like, why are you outside? Why are you not inside a bedroom or a basement?
Why aren't you in the hospital and away from
me? Like, lock up. Get away from me. So I was thinking we were talking about that for a while, and that's about as far as it went.
Right.
And,
well, next time you and your swinger dates will have even more to discuss. And you know what? If you play your cards right, maybe the waitress will be there the next time to serve you your food. And still,
she's always there.
Distance.
She is always there, and I have no idea what to say to her because I feel like she's working. And what do you like? You can't.
There's no casual conversation that seems really appropriate while someone's working. Like, there's inevitably something.
I can't look at her and be like, I would love to lick your face on off hours.
Right.
Like how does that come across in any way?
Right.
It's never.
How do you express that? You can't. You just have to do it.
I would like to hug you under the moonlight on a rainy night.
You're just gonna have to do it.
Over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. I'm not Pete.
And I am not Steve. And
you're all losers.
This was.
PnS waste.
That echo. I'm so good at echo.
Your time.
So great.
Oh, that's what you were doing. All right. Well, this is a PnS waste your time. Goodbye.
PnS Waste Your Time is a production of Pete and Steve. All characters and events in the show are entirely fictional, and any resemblance to any real people are entirely coincidental.
PnS Waste Your Time. Thanks for listening.